Welcome to lesson number 7 of unit number 9 on the Kingdom of Funan. In this lesson we're going to be learning about the religions of Funan. So at first, the people of Funan practiced animism. And animism refers to the belief that there is a spirit or soul contained in inanimate objects, like trees, rocks, or the land in general. Okay, so basically they think that trees, rocks, plants, maybe lakes and rivers, they all have a soul or a spirit, and that they're somehow alive, and that we need to pay respect to those spirits. Okay, so that's what animism refers to. Even in Thailand today, people still practice animism. One sort of obvious example is the worship of the Jiao Ti, or the respect that is paid to the Jiao Ti. Okay, so you see a lot of San Jiao Ti around Thailand. Okay, and that's an example of animism. Animism actually existed alongside of Brahmanism or Hinduism. Brahmanism is basically an old version of Hinduism. Okay. So actually Hinduism became very important around the 5th century. Okay, around the 5th century BCE or AD, Hinduism became more and more important for various reasons that I'm not going to talk about in this course. Those are sort of beyond what you need to know. But you do need to know that around the 5th century, Hinduism became more and more important. Okay, we know that because of Chinese written accounts of Funan. One Chinese source says that the people of Funan worshipped a 4-armed god, and the description of this god sounded a lot like Hindu gods. Okay, so you can see an example of a 4-armed god right here. This is Vishnu, I believe, a depiction of Vishnu. Actually, they both are. Alright, and these were found in Funan by archaeologists, and they're dated back to about the 6th century. Okay, so towards the end of the Funan Kingdom. Alright, so that's how we know that the people of Funan worshipped Indian gods, practiced Hinduism alongside of animism, because of archaeological evidence, statues like these, and also because of Chinese accounts, Chinese written sources. Mahayana Buddhism was also practiced in Funan, and we know this because there have been statues, like the one you see here, okay, found in Funan, or what was Funan, and they have been dated back to as far back as even the 3rd century. Okay, so this particular statue, we're not sure of the date that it was made, but it could have been made as far back as the 3rd century, so that was quite a long time ago. Okay. So we know that animism, Hinduism, and Mahayana Buddhism were all practiced in Funan alongside of one another. But in the 5th century CE or AD, we know that Hinduism became the most dominant or the most important religion. Okay. Even the king of Funan began to practice that particular religion himself. Okay, so I just want to point out that again and again, when we go on to study the other kingdoms, we're going to talk about religion and animism, Hinduism, Mahayana Buddhism, and also Theravada Buddhism will be discussed again and again, because these were the 4 most important religions throughout Southeast Asia at the time and today as well, although Theravada Buddhism, of course, is the most important religion in Thailand today. And we'll talk about the roots of Theravada Buddhism in the old kingdoms when we move on to study those kingdoms. Okay. That's it for this lesson. Thank you for listening.